Lisa. Thanks for joining. Thanks for moderating. So, I would like to talk about how to immigrate to Turkey, and how is like immigrating to Turkey. Like from my perspective. So today I had like a very hard day, you can say, but I figured out and I solved everything. And I want also to explain something at the same time to talk about how it's like to immigrate to Turkey, like the pros and cons and everything. And if people will have any questions about Turkey, I will also answer from my perspective. Let me know how you hear me, how you see me. Is everything okay? The picture, the video, the sound, And let's go. So today the sound is good. So today I am what I want to say. Today I'm streaming without the program. I'm using the phone directly, and I charged the wireless microphone. I hope it's charged well. And also I am streaming a bit earlier, so I don't expect a lot of people because it's like almost 11 and a half. And not recently, but more likely inside Russia just started to stream. And a lot of people are there, maybe. But anyway, I can't wait now. I need to to stream because I can't, wait a long time. And tomorrow I have a very important day, and I just have this wish to stream and to talk about this topic, especially about what happened today. So I hope it will be like recorded in case anything will happen after. I would like this will stay there for sure. So the first thing is about the SIM card. So once you enter the country, so if you are an immigrant, that means you are a tourist. That means you have a tourist visa. And when you buy the SIM card, for your phone to use it for calls, for internet, for everything, so they directly know how long you're gonna stay in the country, and they directly restrict your SIM card when that time will end. So in case, you are entering with a visa of 1 year, so they will give you the SIM card and they will set it for 1 year. So in case the 1 year ends, your SIM card will not work unless you will have the residence. Unless you will have papers or prolong your residence, or you will have another type of visa or anything else. They give the time depending on the days that you have to stay in the country. So you kind of enter the country, you buy that SIM card in case your visa is for or visa, or how to say it, it depends. If there are some countries they can enter without a visa, so they don't need visa, they just enter with the passport, and they just give them some time. So like most of countries, they are like this here. They give them some time. It depends on the country who gives you SIM card. So the SIM card you buy in the airport, you buy in the airport, and there are a few companies, the ones I know, like Turkcell, Turk Telecom, and Vodafone, 3 of them. I don't know if there is another one, but those I saw. So you buy a SIM card from them, and depending on they put your details in the computer, in the website or something like that, and they see your passport. So if your passport will finish after like not passport, your permission to stay in the country will finish after 2 months. So like the SIM card will not work after 2 months. So, but most countries they give them, I think, 3 months. So 180 days. Yeah, she likes to appear sometimes in the stream, but she don't like to participate a lot. So I have like this this message that they send usually. Where is it? So I commented with this message here because, like, I mean, some people want to understand what's going on. I mean, how my SIM card is not working and the internet is not working, and I am uploading videos and I'm streaming. I mean, I'm streaming because I'm using the Wi-Fi at home. So we pay for the domicile Wi-Fi apart, like with the cable. It's related with the cable with the modem. And we have Wi-Fi home, and with good internet, good speed, it's still working. It has nothing to do with the SIM card. But the SIM card is not working like outside, so I can't use like the internet outside in the street. So I can't use the translator online. I can't use the map. That's what I can't use. Yeah. So let me check this chat. I can't see the chat because always like with the phone. Okay, I see it. So I can use the internet home because I have Wi-Fi and I have like domicile internet. I paid for it like for 1 year. So if I will find someone who will rent this apartment, so I will ask them like to give me the money for the next month, because the internet is already paid for 1 year, and most of companies here they can make the internet only for 1 year. That's why, like, I mean, I can stream, I can upload from home, but outside, like, I mean, with the mobile internet, this is another thing. I pay for it also, and I paid already for it like 1 week ago. So 1 week ago, I paid about $15 for I bought like 12 gigabytes, and I could use it. I mean, I could use it, but it stopped working because I mean the time that was given to me is limited. It's done, like, I mean, 3 months. So let me read the message or the SMS they sent. So, dear customer, it has been 90 days since you crossed into Turkey. Therefore, your line has been restricted for outgoing calls, sending messages, and internet access, since you have failed to submit your foreigner ID number. Please call this number to update your foreigner ID number and put your line back into service. So I don't have the foreigner ID number because I don't have the residence. And you will get the foreigner ID number only if you have the residence. So if you are like someone who have like a visa for 1 year, so you can like use the SIM card for 1 year. And after that, you will have to have the residence, or you have to have a foreigner ID. Like, you can, I don't know, take it from immigration department or something like that, and your like SIM card will work again. You just need to send, like, they give a number and they tell you send by SMS the number of your foreigner ID, and your SIM card will work. And I didn't send the foreigner ID number because I don't have it. I don't have the residence. And the funny thing that, I mean, I am like allowed to live here. I am not. You can say I am legal and illegal at the same time. So I can live here because I applied for residence. And if, like, police stop me and check my papers, and I will show them that I have like a paper that I have an application for the residence, so they will tell me it's okay. Okay, you have the application. Okay, so even if like your time is done, like even your like visa, it's done. But if you have the application, so you can. So some people, what they do like tricky thing. They apply for the residence, and then they cancel and apply again just to win some time. But we didn't do that. We directly applied for later time. So why? Because I needed to prepare the documents, and the documents I was afraid that I will not make them because the line was very big because a lot of Russians came to yeah, you never heard about countries doing that. I mean, like it's something I don't know. For me, like I don't know, something like dystopia, like it's something new. I mean, yeah. Even like imagine that the SIM card of Russia can work here, but it's like crazy expensive, like $10 a day or some $15 a day. While I mean, I can pay $15 for the whole month, if I have a Turkish SIM card. So the Russian SIM card is working here. It could work here, but it's very expensive because you are roaming. It's called roaming, so we can use the SIM card outside of the country, so we have to pay more. The Dubai SIM card, I have the Dubai SIM card, is also working, but it's also expensive to use it here because I am not in the country. So like they have like I don't know, their SIM card work in other countries. So Dubai's SIM card is working for me, and even the Russian SIM card could work. I mean, and we just lost both our Russian SIM cards. We lost them in Dubai with my wife, so they could work. This is like the thing, because that means the other countries aren't doing that. Still, like I lived in Dubai only like a month and something, and already like 5 months passed from the entry of Dubai, and like the SIM card didn't deactivate. I mean, I am still considered an immigrant in Dubai, but like immigrant who surpassed the time of like staying. I couldn't stay more in Dubai unless I had like my residence there as well. But they don't have this thing. I mean, even like like after you don't get the residence in Dubai, you can like use, I don't know for how long, but you can use your SIM card outside of the country. But here in Turkey, they limit this. I mean, to people. I mean, even if you are, they could do like, for example, they couldn't do how much did you pay for the SIM card. The SIM card is like about for $20. I bought it, and the data to use like I don't know 15. I bought. First time I bought 30 gigabyte for about $400, also $20. Like, and then I don't know why. I mean, this year it became more expensive, so I paid about recently about $10 for 12 gigabyte. So I mean, it's cheap. The data is cheap here. To talk, it's cheap. To use it is cheap. Unless you are like, I mean, considered legal. So in fact, why I say I am legal and illegal at the same time, because they are not organizing this thing. They are kind of, they tell you that if you have the application for the residence and you meet the police guy and you show him the application, and even like your time is finished with the visa, it's okay because you are applying for the residence. So it's okay, you are legal, it's okay until you go to the meeting, because the application has a time where you go to the meeting. Tomorrow we will have the meeting, and when you go to the meeting, it depends on them. They will like refuse your residence, give you the residence for the time that, I mean, they give like 6 months or something like that. They were giving for the previous year, they were giving 1 year. This year they start giving only 6 months. So okay, you get the residence for 6 months, so you can leave it's okay. So you kind of lived like legally, but your SIM card consider you illegal. And if you go to you meet the policeman and you don't show them the application, that means you are also illegal. I mean, if I will go now, like leave the country. So for Russians, they give 60 days. 60 days to live here without visa. They can live 60 days without visa because all my time, like all my life living in Russia, I heard that Russians make business. Hello, Jaran, and hello, everyone who is watching. So all the time I was hearing that Russians make business in Turkey. They bring a lot of, I don't know, especially clothes and a lot of stuff from Turkey, and they sell them in Russia. It was like all the time, all this case. Also, they hello and they also visit Turkey for touristic reasons. So they are like the first place, the first and the best touristic place for Russians was and always like have been like Turkey. So a lot of Russians, they go to Turkey, and that's why they gave them that 2 months for the business, to make the business, and for also the vacation. Okay, they gave them 2 months. So we entered here, we had like 2 months, but after 2 months, we have to leave the country. Like before the 2 months, we have to leave the country. Unless we don't have like any legal paper. So the legal paper that you had, we lived 2 months. The legal paper that we had is the application. That's we are applying for the resident. But in case, if, for example, we will not go tomorrow to the meeting, we will decide just to leave the country. So what they will tell us in the airport, they will tell us that you lived already more than 2 months and you are being illegal for 1 month. And you have to pay the fine for being illegal. It is, I mean, like you are legal because you have like the application, but if you want to leave the country, you have to pay the fine. If you don't have to leave the country, you have to go to the immigration department and take that refusal, like that you have been refused, like you will not get the residence, like a paper that you are refused, and you take that paper with you the airport, and you go to the airport and you don't pay the fine, and you are not considered illegal. I know if it makes sense and you understand. I mean, it doesn't make sense. In fact, for me, it doesn't make sense because if you applied, okay, let's suppose you applied for the residence and you are considered legal and police will not tell you anything. But why to stop the SIM card from working? Anyway, the SIM card is not working, not mine, not of my wife. Okay, how I solved that? I just went to different places. Again, it was like very not that easy for me because I used to put, for example, I have the phone here, I can show you. Take the phone and talk in it in Russian or in English, and it tell them in Turkish. So it's like this, it's quicker. But I had just to write. So I was writing today, wrote and showed, they read, and they read the translation, they understand my situation. And they said that the only way we can't like activate your SIM card. You are already like SIM card is not, it will not work no matter what you do unless you show us the residence, and they don't have the residence. So the only option we can do for you is to give you like to 20 days. I don't know the SIM card they gave me. Is it written like? Is it considered a SIM card of some Turkish guy, I don't know, or it's just an option from the company they give to people in my situation for a certain period of time. Anyway, I accepted $20. I paid them. They gave me that SIM card. I put it in my phone and it's working. They said it will work for 20 days. So it has the internet, it has everything. So the internet, I need very much the internet because most of people, they don't speak here English or Russian. So I use it to translate. The internet, I need also for the mobile internet. The mobile internet, no home internet. The mobile internet, I need as well to see the card. This is the card, where to go, how to catch the bus, what kind of tramway to use, etc. Because we don't like use taxi a lot. So that is it. I mean, that's if it makes sense, if you understand everything about the SIM cards. I wanted to start talking about this because some people wrote like in the comments that if my mobile internet is not working, how the hell I am uploading videos? How the hell I am streaming now? So I am streaming from my home internet. The home internet is with the cable, with ADSL cable, with modem, and it's paid, and it's another thing. It's they don't stop that. So I was afraid that they will tell us, for example, since like the time is end, not only the SIM card will not work, electricity will stop, gas will stop, I don't know, internet will stop, the home internet, I don't know, the water will stop. That was I afraid about. So thanks God that they don't have that. Maybe they will apply that in the future. I don't know. I have no idea but I was afraid about one thing. I was afraid about the card. So I have like a card, bank card, and I had some money there, like not a lot, about how much, like 1,000, like about $60 or something like that. $60 I had. So I thought, what if they will decide also to stop my bank account, or I will withdraw and they will tell me, oh no, you surpassed the time and you will. I don't know if they said used SIM cards or no. Anyway. So I thought, what if they will just stop my bank account and I will just lose that money? So I decided to withdraw everything, and I have nothing now on my bank account, and that's that's it. I mean, so maybe I bought a used SIM card. It doesn't matter for me. The most important that it's working, and I need that very much. Tomorrow I will go, and even tomorrow I will need the SIM card because when I go to that place, for sure we'll go by bus because the taxi is very expensive. We'll go by bus, and we have to know by the card, and we need the translator. I'm afraid that we will not find people who speak English there as well. So of course I need the internet and everything for tomorrow, and that's, thanks God, I have it now. So this is, I mean, the difference. If that's clear, if you have any other questions about the SIM card or about how to use the phone in Turkey, you can ask. Otherwise, we can move to another topic about Turkey. Because I didn't want only to talk about this issue or about my troubles, but I want to be useful and to be like to provide value. So to provide value and to tell how it's like to immigrate to Turkey, because I learned a lot of things about Turkey. So you can ask me questions about Turkey and I will answer them. Otherwise, I have a lot of things like to tell. Okay, we talked about the SIM card. You like have the SIM card, you have internet, so your life will be easier. You have to, of course, to download the Google Translator or any kind of other translator. Google Translator is much the best one. Google Translate, the application on your phone or your iPhone, it doesn't matter, it's working everywhere. Google Translator, you can download it and you can use it everywhere. And even like if Russians, even if Turkish people don't, like some people don't speak English, you just use the translator. Like there is an option there where you just push the button, a conversation option, and you can say anything. It will be translated to to Turkish, and I like another option in the Google Translator application. When you open it, you can translate anything you want, anything you see. I mean, a picture. So there is like an option. You click on the picture and you picture something, or you hold the phone on something, and it will be like translated automatically on to the language that you want. You just in the beginning you have to choose like Turkish and to other language, to your native language, and it will be everything translated. So you can just if you don't understand anything, you can just put it and translate that, and I mean, it's easy to communicate with people, and people are used to immigrants here. So despite like I am in such situation and a lot of things, I mean, didn't happen that well for us here. A lot of things I still like about Turkey, and I don't want to be. I always confuse between subjective and objective. So I don't want to be, I think, subjective. I want to be objective, something like that, maybe. So I don't want to talk about Turkey in terms of what happened to me and how is like bad now for Russians. But I want to talk to be like objective, maybe, and to talk about how it's generally for immigrants for here. And we have here in Turkey, people from different countries, immigrants. Thank you, Lisa, for correcting, for confirming. So we have people here from many countries, and especially from those countries who have war or who have conflicts, like Syria. We have a lot of people from Syria, a lot of people from Arabic countries, because those Arabic countries aren't living that well. A lot of people from Lebanon, from Palestine, like a lot of Arabic people. People from Africa also, a lot of them, because African people, they also don't have that good level of life, and they wanted like better place to live in. A lot of Russians, a lot of Ukrainians, even like people from different countries, like, I don't know, Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, different countries, maybe some Asian poor countries, I don't know. I mean, a lot of immigrants are here, and they, of course, they have to handle somehow with them. And of course, there are like a lot of foreigners who wanted just to spend time and to see good places here, to visit them, to be like just tourists for some time, maybe to immigrate for some time as well. I wouldn't say that Turkey is somehow like bad. I mean, I like never say that. I just when I create my videos, I just say about my situation, what happened to me. But if someone is like having that much enough money and want to buy an apartment or buy a house or create a business, so they can do it, and they will get all the papers, and they will live here legally, and it will be easy for them. And I mean, I usually talk about the immigrants who are like, in not that good situation. And even though like there are a lot of people who are like from Russia coming here and from other countries, but mostly I know about Russians, they just sell all their houses there in Russia and they buy new ones here. And here to get the residence, like this year, they hello, Sanction Divan, nice to see you. And here, to have the residence, they have to buy at least an apartment or a house for $75,000. And a lot of people from Canada, from US, they told me that $75,000, it's not that much for the house. So I mean, maybe if someone has that money, because we don't have like to 70 on paper, is reality is like $150. Why exactly? I mean, if someone has $75,000, they will buy an apartment. He will or she will apply for the residence, and they will more likely get the residence. But maybe in the future they can change something. That just the valuation, but in reality cost more. Yeah. But anyway, I mean, from my perspective, I mean, when I start looking for the rent, if I'm talking about the rent, and I think it's we can apply that for buying as well. I was looking for a long time, like about 2 weeks, and I found very cheap rent. Like while I tell everybody here, I found for $236 a month. And when everybody tell me that you find for that amount, like for 4,250 lira, they are like surprised. How you could find like that cheap? I mean, most people were surprised about that, and especially like a lot of like apartments here, like around us, like at least they are like for $300. That's the minimum, and I found like very cheap, and if like very good place, build new building, etc. I think it's the same about like if someone is looking for to buy. Also, if they look very well, or they maybe check in the not touristic area. Maybe, of course, you will not like go to Antalya and buy the house there, like because a lot of Russians are there and the prices are high there. Of course, it's better to go to not that popular town or city, and there it will be cheaper. So I think it's easy to do. Anyway, I didn't hear about people who I don't know people who bought, but from the chats, from the Russian chats, the people are like buying for that, and they are really like, I mean, trusting the government and buying for that amount, and you won't be able to actually buy for 75 cents a paper. We'll say like 30. Yeah, of course, it's papers and things and notaries. Yeah, maybe it's crazy, but it depends where you buy. I don't know about buying in little villages. If that's cheaper, maybe it will cost like, yeah. If it will cost like 75,000, anyway, it doesn't matter where is it. So we will anyway pay for the notary and the other stuff. It will be more expensive. But anyway, if someone has the money, they don't care. They will buy and do everything. At least they can buy and sell after, or they can rent that apartment. Or I mean, because there are different purposes, different goals from buying apartment. Needed a gift tax, rhyme with gift. Some random Turkish guy on bicycle told me to go back to Russia. Maybe they are like not that happy because a lot of the prices are rising and a lot of immigrants are here. The same happened with Irish and Alania. With Irish before, then they changed the law and they sold all of and left. Now it's the turn for Russians. Yeah, I mean, if maybe, yeah, maybe. I mean, for me, I always was telling that maybe they will change the law again, and like after 6 months they can tell $75,000 is not enough, and people who bought for that money will not get the residence. They may like just change that, just like they changed that for us. But people are different. Like imagine like someone having like $2,000 and he wanted to just invest it and to rent those apartments and to make income from that, or to open office or to make kind of business. That could be possible. Why not? I am like always when I talk about things, I am not sure. I just say my opinion. but it depends. Are you able to give any suggestion of half Russian endless? We asked already. What else? They won't know the difference. So we talked about the SIM card. We talked about buying. Hope all you go. Yeah, I hope everything will be fine tomorrow, and we will get the residence. And despite all these negative things, I mean, and not being sure. I mean, of course, I am tired, and inside of me, I am kind of disappointed, and I would like to leave because, like, I mean, they said if you the previous year, if you rent an apartment for 1 year, you will get the residence. And we rented, we waited, but I mean, they could at least give the residence to those people who already rented. And like the same about the SIM card. If I have an application already for the residence, and my application, my like meeting with the immigration department will be tomorrow. So at least the SIM card could work till tomorrow or till the time when I will get the refusal. They like the immigration department, maybe they could have a system when they, for example, refuse the residence for someone for some reason, they will just inform the company of the SIM card, and it will be like deactivated automatically. This is like a better thing to do, in my opinion. But telling people that you can apply for the residence, but like the time didn't end yet, and you never know when your meeting will be, and stopping the SIM card, even like we are thinking that we are legal, we are doing everything legal, we prepared the documents, we rented the apartment, we paid for the assurance, we pay bills, we paid for all this stuff to work. What else? Like I prepared the document that I had to go to Izmir, to another place, like 3 times. I went there by bus. I didn't sleep all the night by bus, and to get the document, they asked for a certificate of birth of the child and certificate of marriage of me and my wife, and those certificates should be with apostille. They call it apostille in Russian, with the stamp that the consulate, the Russian consulate, like I don't know, approve that document. It's like a real document, not a fake document. And I went there to a honorary consulate, and I paid $200 for that, for 2 documents, and I spent like about also $200 while going there and back, so about $400 I spent. Rented an apartment, paid for 6 months because that was like the minimum. It's hard to find monthly, and of course Ivan was lucky to find monthly, to pay monthly. Paid for 6 months and signed the contract. In case I will not get the residence, I will have to find some other people to. I mean, I did everything they asked for, and I'm legal. I'm completely legal here. And in the end, like my SIM card is stopped, is not working. I mean, they sent me that SMS, but some people, they said before, I mean, they had another system. Before they had the phone not working. So they were saying that if you have like a phone, if you have like a foreigner phone, so that phone will stop working. Like by the email, like the number of the phone, it will be sent somehow, and the phone in your SIM card will not work in the phone. And I thought, okay, so if my phone will not work, so I will just take off the SIM card and buy very cheap phone from here, since they said like you can't use the phone because you kind of didn't pay tax for it. Right? Like you bought the phone from the other country and you didn't pay tax for it. And if you want your phone to work, you have to pay some tax. I don't know if they cancel that or not, but that was like the case before. People were paying tax like about $2,000, like $100 a year. $110 or something like that a year, a tax of the phone, that you can use the phone in the country. There's like a new tax. I mean, this is another thing I was like also like surprised me, like a tax for the phone. I mean, why they don't take the tax for this? I don't know, this clothes. The clothes that I didn't buy from Russia, I didn't buy from this country here, or from, I don't know, for this thing, a razor or anything else. Anyway, so that was like the case, and people were paying that tax. Were going like the tax department or how they call it, and they were paying that tax to make their phone working. But then like situation changed or something, and maybe they decided to not tell people to pay tax for the phone. I don't know what's really going on and how to get that ID. Most likely, most people I asked, they said like, you get that foreigner ID to make your SIM card work only when you get the residence. So anyway, I mean, that's what happened. And I thought that my phone will not work and I will buy another phone here, like from Turkey, and use that phone, and more likely my SIM card will work. So that's what I thought. But it didn't work, or they changed everything. Anyway, okay, let's move to another topic. So we talked about the apartment. Okay, before they were giving the residence for those people who just rent an apartment, who wanted to live more than like it's allowed. I mean, more than the visa allow, or more than maybe a lot of like different situation. Maybe some people want to come to Turkey and they want to the residence for any reason. Maybe they like it here and they want to stay not like 2 months. That's allowed for them, but they wanted to stay, for example, I don't know, 1 year or half year. So they have to have the residence. So there are like two options to have the residence if we talk about the real estate. The first option is to rent an apartment. That was like before. And it's like not sure. A lot of foreigners are like, I mean, are getting refused. So, and some are accepted for some reason. Like, I mean, I don't know what's going on about that. That's that option to use for someone new to come here to rent. It's like not that stable and not that sure. But for those who buy, they more likely will give them. Like the apartment should be at least for $75,000. I don't know. Ivan said like 150,000, but of course, like any thing you do, there are some expenses. When you buy a car, you have to buy like a lot of things with the car. The pay for a lot of things for the car. You have like maybe pay tax or something like that. Of course, when you buy something that's big, that's huge, you don't buy it with the same price. I mean, you don't use exactly the same amount. Of course, maybe more, not the double $150, but I don't know. Anyway, like. What Ivan means, like Irish people were refused. I didn't understand. He just said something and left. Anyway, so that's more likely they will give them the residence if they bought. And there are other options to this war has to end soon. I feel so much pity for people like yeah. Not like not only Russians are here. I mean, the same about Ukrainians. I mean, the same about people from Syria. I mean, if they are here, I mean, if they are Ukrainians and they are renting, they will be like just like me and others. But they have to apply for asylum to I mean, to be treated somehow else. But if they are refugees, they're still refugees. I don't know how exactly they have Ukrainian, and if it's the case for Ukrainian as well. About renting, not renting. But from what I heard, they don't give at all to people who rented. And even like if they are from Syria and from other places. Hello, Steve. I didn't understand. Okay. So that's like two options: to rent or to buy. More likely with buying, getting the residence will be easier. What else? So there are other options to get the residence. For example, to have a family here, so any kind of family, and you want to unite with your family. That in that case, they will give also a residence. But we don't have like family here. But those family have to be like, or they have to be locals, I think, or they have to be legal. Yeah, they have maybe to have residence. I don't know all the details about that, but there is like option with families. There is another option with work, but for me personally, and for people who are immigrants, who are tourists, so we have like a tourist visa, they can only they can't work, so it's not prohibited for them to work. It's not allowed for tourists to work. For me, I can't work, so I can work only if I have the work visa, and that work visa I have to have from. It will be like maybe, I don't know all the details, but it should be like not here, but from not made here, but from the country where I'm coming from. They kind of send. It was like always the same. Like you wait in your country, you receive the invitation of work, you go to the consulate, you make the visa, and you make the visa of work, and you enter with the visa of work. So in my case, I should like go to another country, receive the visa, and more likely your native country. Anyway, I mean, I entered with tourist visa. I didn't enter with the work visa, and I don't know. It was even hard for me to find a work in Russia. And I don't know if I could find it here or not, especially with this situation with a lot of Russians here, and a lot of locals. Maybe they are not that happy. I don't know. It will be hard. Anyway, Ukrainians can at least settle down in whole Europe, but innocent Russians, for instance. Yeah. It's so infuriating to me that Russian people who are trying to avoid the war are treated so unfairly. Yeah, I mean, people, they are like going to avoid the war. They are not supporting the war, and they should be like, treated better. Of course, I don't. Understand why this is happening. I don't know, but I don't think here in Turkey it's because they don't give to Russians exactly. They have something against Russians. In my opinion. Just they changed the politics for all immigrants. That's why I called like this how to immigrate to Turkey. I mean, all people in the world. So because I watched also videos in Arabic. And people there said this is the same thing for Arabic people, about people from Syria, from other places. So I don't think it's the case only for Russians, or they are kind of against Russians or something. This is, I don't know, my opinion. Unless someone will tell otherwise. So those are like the options, or to work, or to have the real estate, or to to connect with your family here, if you have a family. Other options, I don't know, asylum, maybe, to apply for asylum. But after all this stuff with the SIM card, stopping SIM card, doing that, with learning a lot of, during how long we lived here? 3 months? And during 3 months, how many things changed? The thing about giving the residence to those who rented or not. The thing about the phone. Like once, like in the beginning, everybody was telling that the phone will not work, and you will have just to pay the tax for it, and it will work. Now, like the SIM card is not working. Like in 3 months, so many things changed. I I would like, of course, to go to more stable country. I mean, even today, I thought, I mean, if I'll go to another I told to my wife when the SIM card wasn't working, I told her like, just I regret that we didn't leave directly. But if we left directly, we should pay a fine, like I explained in the beginning. Even if you are like you are applying for the residence, that means, and you have the application on your hands, and you have the date of the meeting, etc. That means you are legal. But if you leave the country without getting denied and without going to the meeting, you are considered illegal. That's why the SIM card is stopped. So this is like the thing, how it works here. But otherwise, I mean, if we talk about all this, we don't talk about all this stuff and trying to be objective. So, otherwise, living in Turkey is not that bad if someone has the money, because, or at least having a vocation here, or immigrating for some time. I mean, I don't think someone having the money and renting, or I mean, coming here for only 2 or 3 months. I mean, I don't know how to call that 2 or 3 months. Can we call that immigration? I don't think so. It's not an immigration. It's only touristic reason. But anyway, sometimes tourists want to stay more. So they will just apply or see other stuff, or maybe prolong their visa somehow. Maybe there are some options. I don't know like about prolonging, but I'm talking about immigrants who have enough money and buying apartment, creating business here, big business here. I mean, the activity is big here. Like when you go to the streets, there are a lot of stores, a lot of people walking, buying. A lot of business, good business could be done here if to do that correctly. For example, even like if I don't know, someone like buying a hotel, and a lot of like foreigners will live there. Like I know personally people who live in the hotel, or who lived all these 3 months in the hotel. It wasn't that expensive there, and they lived all this time in the hotel. And the hotel was very simple, and they just lived there. And of course, the owner of that hotel may make a lot of good money from people who live there. And it is a good business, and we never know like the owner of the hotel, if he's like Turkish or not Turkish. It depends. Like there are restaurants working. There are, I mean, especially in the time where there are a lot of tourists here, like a restaurant, like I don't know, coffee bar. I don't know, a lot of things could work here very well. About transport, taxi, like. I don't know how the taxi are working, but they are also working and living okay. They could be from different countries and other kind of work. For example, there are a lot of Arabic people here who run their business, and they live here okay as well. I don't know. I mean, if making a business is something else, because they can, even like people who make a business, they can even have the residence, not the residence, the citizenship for investing. So there is like a particular, I don't know how much. I think $400,000. I mean, I don't know, maybe such people exist. Of course, such people exist in the world. $400,000. If they invest, they can have the citizenship directly. Other things as well, like people here are very welcoming, are nice, and I didn't see anything bad from Turkish people. I mean, never. You can say yes. Except one thing. So like the relation with other nationalities are very good. Of course, yeah, most of them they don't speak English, but they are nice. But except one thing, when we were in Izmir and maybe in other places, except one thing, they can, not tell the correct price to foreigners. When they see a foreigner, they can fool him. That could happen a lot. That's like the negative thing. But generally, when talking to them, they are very helpful. They are very welcoming. They are very talkative. People are nice here, and they are polite. I can say about the streets. I see them clean. Also, it's very clean here. I didn't like see very very like I don't know, dirty places. The thing I like more that living in the middle of the city is not that cool, because there are a lot of transportation, a lot of cars, a lot of people walking in the middle of the city. But if it's like outside the city, the places they call them here were sleeping places, or how to call them, spalные регионы, like спальные районы, yes, like sleeping regions. I mean, people like these ones where there are only apartments and some stores. There aren't a lot of. It's not that crowded here. So in such places is very nice. And there are like little towns where we have been in. Kizkalisi, it's called Kizkalisi. They have nice touristic place there, and some people live there for some time. There are a lot of positive things as well. So only if someone is immigrant and it's hard for him, so it could be not that easy. But if someone has already a lot of money, it's okay. Any questions about Turkey you have? It seems that I said everything I know about Turkey, and I hope I didn't say like any bad thing about the country. Tomorrow I will have like the important day. I hope they will give us the residence. Otherwise, if they refuse us, we will just look for any country to live in. For some time, there are like a few cheap countries we are thinking about. More likely, we won't go to countries like US or Canada or Australia or such countries, because there we only have to seek for asylum, and in such countries we have to have a very good work, and it's very expensive there. More likely, we will not go directly to such countries. It depends. We will go to the countries where they don't ask for maybe the country where they don't ask visa from Russians. It will be easier and less expensive. Or we will go to a country with visa, but knowing where the apartment and the food and everything is not that expensive. Anyway, we are kind of moving from one country to another. At least, we are seeing places, and we will see how it goes. Tomorrow, in the evening, also I will create a video right away. More likely, I don't know. Some people, they said that they reply directly about the residence if you get it or not. Some people, they said you have to wait a week. But I really hope they will apply us in the same day, because if they will like reply us after a week, it will be hard. Like during we will lose that 10 days. I don't know if they give 10 days after the meeting or after the refusal. Kind of 10 days they give to leave the country. Like you still considered legal, kind of legal, if you applied, and I think after 10 days. So we will wait for that refusal. Even like if they give it after 1 week or after some time, I don't know how they can send me a SMS. SMS. It's receiving now. I changed the slot, like I said, and it's receiving SMS and calls, but I can't call and I can't use the internet. So they will send me SMS about that, or I will just check on the website. They have a special website. You just write ikamet. Ikamet, that means residence. Ikamet Turkey, and you will find in Google the first website. And in the website, we are giving, with the application, we are giving a number. You enter the number, your phone, and your name, and they will tell you like the process of your application. I mean, what are the results? And I will check there. In case they will not give us the refusal in the same day, or we will wait during a week, and we will check from time to time. Like some people, they wait 2 days, 3 days. It depends. So the most important that we give all the documents, and we just wait and hope for the best. So that is it for this stream. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for being around. Thank you for supporting, and see you in my next videos and streams.